Hey peeps, Small Child Lord here, and in this video I would like to talk about what I believe to be the most underlooked advantage state in Smash, Okizeme. This video will go over what Okizeme is, why you should use Okizeme, and how to effectively set up for and utilize Okizeme. I will also go over how to mitigate and avoid Okizeme. What is Okizeme? Okizeme, which I will be referring to as Oki for short, is the act of pressuring your opponent's wake up after they are forced to tech on the ground. This is colloquially known as tech chasing among the Smash community. When your opponent is knocked to the ground, they have 4 options. These options are neutral tech roll in, tech roll away, and missing the tech. If your opponent misses the tech, they can do the other options as well as an invincible get-up attack starting on frame 26. No matter what, your opponent is vulnerable from frames 21 to 25. This allows you to attack them on those frames regardless of their option. Why Okizeme? Oki is a very powerful advantage state because there are only 3 things that matter: the tech roll distance of your opponent's character, the positioning of you and your opponent on the stage, and the amount of time that you have to chase. In some cases, you can set up for Oki and then get a follow-up that isn't technically true, but because of the nature of wake-ups and the aforementioned factors in Oki, that follow-up may be guaranteed. Some characters, such as Bowser, can be particularly bullied in Oki due to their poor tech rolls. Though with proper positioning, such as your opponent being knocked down in the corner or on a platform, the amount of characters that get trapped in Oki increases significantly. Finally, you may want to consider learning Okizeme because it leads to any other advantage state you want, and in itself is an advantage state where you can easily take your opponent's stock. How do I set up for Okizeme? Oki is set up when your opponent hits the ground from tumble, which is caused by getting hit with a move that does 80 units of knockback or more. Not all moves that set up for Oki are created equal, however. If the angle a move sends at is high enough, then your opponent will be able to jump out or A-land. Both of these can be punished, but punishing an A-land may be difficult if you are not prepared to do so. If you punish a jump, then your opponent is in a really bad spot, as they are now in disadvantage with no jump. The other attribute that can hinder a move's ability to set up for Oki is its cooldown. Sometimes you may simply not have enough time to set up for proper Oki due to the cooldown of the move that caused tumble. Setting up for Oki on the ground can be quite troublesome because of these factors. You can also set up for Oki on a platform. This is known as a splat. This is a very common place to set up Oki, as a lot of moves that send upwards can cause splats that are very beneficial to you. What do I do in Okizeme? If you have a move that covers a lot of tech options and have the time to use it, then the answer is normally to do that move. This is especially the case if that move has a high reward, such as DK's Giant Punch. If you are a quick character without that sort of option though, you can simply react to your opponent's tech with a quick move. Characters that neither have an option that covers many tech options, nor the speed to punish a tech on reaction, will have to go for a read of some kind. Though making reads can be beneficial to characters with the tools to cover options as well. This is because many of them have moves that give them a higher reward than simply covering everything with a move or their speed. At times, your read will be more likely because of your opponent's position, such as them being cornered or on a platform. Even if you miss your read, you will still be in a good spot unless you decide to use a very risky and punishable option. If your opponent was splatted, then the same principles apply, except now your opponent will also be forced onto a platform. This is oftentimes a very bad position for them since reacting to their tech option becomes significantly easier and more rewarding. This is because they have less space to tech, and many characters can react with an aerial. Even if you miss out on your Oki for whatever reason, your opponent being on a platform is a terrible position for them to be in, as their options are limited to shielding, jumping, and dropping through the platform. Regardless of where the Oki started, if you hit your opponent, you move into your next advantage state, be it juggles or edge guarding. This makes Oki very powerful if you are able to optimize it. How do I deal with Okizeme? The best way to deal with Oki is to simply not get in the situation in the first place. The best way to do this is to DI up on any move that would cause tumble, then jump away or A-land. However, if you do get into a wake-up situation, you simply want to mix up your tech options so that even if your opponent covers your tech, they'll have to settle for a weaker punish as they won't be able to pinpoint exactly what you'll do for a read. If your opponent misses the Oki, you'll want to mix up what you do after your wake-up in order to ensure that you get out of the situation and hopefully reset to neutral. Conclusion: Oki is, in essence, a gateway to the rest of your advantage. The position it puts your opponent in is one where they are incredibly vulnerable and allows you to hit them with your biggest move without much risk. Using this advantage state to the fullest is part of maximizing your advantage. This has been Okizeme by Small Child Lord. Please subscribe for more Smash related content.